Hey YouTube, Wes here, checking back in with my vinyl inbox for the month of October 2018. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day, great night, whenever it is you're watching this. These are my vinyl finds from October 2018, as I said. Before we get into this video, I just want to make one quick mention that I'm doing an Ask Me Anything video here, and the submission deadline for submitting questions is coming up here soon on November 21st. If for some reason you missed the video of me announcing that and announcing where to ask your questions, go ahead and go back in the channel a few videos and find that video and leave your questions for me, and I will get those answered over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend here in the US. Thank you for all those of you who've already submitted questions. Got some great questions so far, and I'm looking forward to making that video. So let's go ahead and get into it. These are my finds from October 2018. As I said last month, another sort of big month in October. We had the library sale in October. As well, I had a pretty large score of mostly English folk records, and I'm not going to include those in this video, even though I did find them in October. I'm still working my way through them. I found some really incredible stuff in there so far, but I didn't want to put them in here just to keep this video from getting too crazily long. And I'm not sure that the people who are into those kind of groups really watch my channel that much. I don't know if those of you who are into that kind of stuff are watching and want to leave a comment down in the show notes of this video and let me know you want to see what I found. I can do maybe a flip video of those English folk records just quickly to share with you what I found. Some really epic English folk stuff, but didn't want to make this video too long, so if you want to see that, let me know in the show notes below. At the time I found those records, I found them in a free bin in front of a store that the Second and Charles store here in town that sells books and movies and records and CDs and video games and all that kind of stuff. Found those in a free bin, and then went inside and actually purchased a few things. Felt bad about just taking free stuff, didn't want to do that. So the first thing I picked up is, I believe this is the debut album from the group Iron and Wine, The Creek Drank the Cradle. Really cool. This is an original pressing of this on Sub Pop. It does have a bonus 7-inch, which is pretty cool. This came with somewhere in here. Well, there's the printed lyric booklet. Just a printed, oh yeah, I forgot it opens like this. So that's nice that it came with that. Bonus 7-inch single for the first pressing is Her Tea Leaves and Carissa's Weird. 7-inch. And then the vinyl itself, black vinyl, Sub Pop. This is before they were pressing at RTI. This is from 2002 is when this album was released. Yeah, so it's cool. Some modern folk music here. Iron and Wine. Dug finding that. Really good price on this, $5. Thought that was a killer price for that album. And then this one, even though I already have this, I couldn't leave this behind. You always see this album with just tons and tons of ring wear. It was a well-loved album. I've never seen one this clean. But yeah, Allman Brothers live at Fillmore East. Yeah, you just don't see them this clean, and I just couldn't. This is another one. This was $5 again. There's no way you're gonna pass that up for $5, even if you already have it. Very nice copy of this on the Capricorn label. No, I paid $6 for it. I got totally taken to the cleaners. I paid $6 for it. No, still a great price. So yeah, Allman Brothers at Fillmore East. Even though I already have it, haven't seen one this clean. And then new piece of music I found from 2018 is the new album by Tom Morello titled The Atlas Underground. And yeah, this definitely sounds very much like what you would expect from Tom Morello, but at times it's very electronic as well, which is really cool, which is what sort of got me into this album. It's got a lot of cool special guests on here. Marcus Mumford is on here, Bass Nectar, Killer Mike is on here, Jizza, RZA, Big Boy. Gary Clark Jr. plays on here, Steve Aoki. He's got a lot of different artists on here. It's sort of a very much a blend of that sort of heavy, aggressive, industrial kind of sound that you'd expect, and then mixed with hip-hop and electronica, and then you get some country sort of tinges in there as well, some blues tinges. Yeah, really cool. Really been digging listening to this, and this was sort of a first listen Friday kind of thing, and I checked it out and really enjoyed it, so went ahead and ordered the vinyl. There's the gatefold on this. It has a poster. Small poster, but not bad. Always appreciated. And lyrics. Not all the songs have lyrics. Most of them do, though. And then it's on heavyweight black vinyl, pressed at GZ. So, decent pressing. Not too bad. Very reasonably priced as well. Well under $20. So that was perfectly fair in my opinion. So yeah, Tom Morello, Atlas Underground, brand new release for October. And yeah, definitely cool. Probably my favorite release from October. So got that on vinyl. These next two are the albums from Vinyl Me Please. I did add on the rap and hip hop album in October, and the rap and hip hop album for the month was from this artist Saba. His album titled Care For Me, and this was released early in 2018. It's an independent hip-hop artist, and this is an album he wrote about the death of his cousin, who was, I believe it was his cousin who was gunned down in sort of a street dispute kind of situation, I guess. So this is just an album of him dealing with, you know, the way things are kind of thing, and you know, it's sort of dealing with loss and dealing with the way black people are perceived in this country. And yeah, really cool album, a really cool new hip hop album. Really enjoyed hearing this, and wanted to add that on. So this does include a nice full-size booklet with lyrics in it. There's some photos in here as well. Yeah, very nice. Stencil with just the album title, pressed on gray vinyl, which I thought was a nice touch based on this album. Fits the aesthetic quite well. Then the Essential album of the month, which I always do the Essential album from Vinyl Me Please, and for October it was Townes Van Zandt, for the sake of the song. Just for sort of my first experience with Townes Van Zandt, hadn't listened to his music before, but yeah, pretty cool. Sort of an alt country kind of vibe, a little bit psychedelic. Pretty nice stuff here. Really enjoyed listening to that. This one has a slightly smaller booklet with it. Sort of talks about Townes Van Zandt, the music and all that kind of thing. So that's nice. Haven't dug into this a whole lot yet. Sort of been busy with a lot of other things, but enjoyed listening to it so far. And there's the art print for the month, as Vinyl Me Please always does. Includes an art print with their Essentials releases, and that's by Abby Lossing. And then the vinyl itself, it's not going to show up. This looks like black vinyl, but it's actually not. It's a very dark blue vinyl. Very dark translucent blue vinyl. Don't have a flashlight handle handy to be able to show you, but trust me, it's a dark translucent blue. If you want to check out Vinyl Me Please for yourself, I do have a referral link I would appreciate if you would use. It's down in the show notes of all my videos, all my vinyl videos anyway. So yeah, check that out if you are not already subscribed to Vinyl Me Please. This next one was a really cool gift. A good friend of mine came up and did the worldwide photo walk that I led here in Gainesville. He's a really big Dave Matthews fan. Always is going to Dave Matthews concerts, and picked up this for me. This is the latest album from the Dave Matthews Band, titled Come Tomorrow. Okay, this is a 2018 release, so very new. Hadn't listened to this before, but this is a really cool album, really good album. You know, it's kind of more of the same. If you like Dave Matthews Band, you're gonna like this. He's not straying too far from what he's done in the past. but a good solid album. I really enjoyed it. I really like the title track is really awesome. Come Tomorrow. If you want to just check out one track, yeah, that's the title track to this is really awesome. Definitely do like the artwork quite a bit. That's really cool. Almost has this sort of, I don't know, haunted kind of 3D effect to it. Gatefold's pretty cool. Two-sided lyric sheet. The download code on there as well. And didn't know this at the time, but this is the white vinyl pressing of it, which was supposedly a website-only pressing, but he actually bought this at the concert. And this is actually quite collectible already, so even though it's a new release, it's worth a good bit already. So that was a very nice gift. So if you're watching, Brant, thank you very much. I've really been enjoying listening to this, and definitely a prized piece in my collection. I only have one other Dave Matthews on vinyl. I have a lot of their stuff on CD. I need to do some more Dave Matthews vinyl. Definitely enjoy listening to it. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the haul from the Friends of the Library sale that happens twice a year here in Gainesville. It's a big sort of 5-day sale. Starts on Saturday and goes through Wednesday. Really great deals on books and magazines and board games and music, CDs and vinyl, some cassettes even. And you got VHS and DVD and laser discs and just all kinds of cool stuff, magazines, and it all benefits the local library system here, which we have a really great library system as well. I really enjoy using it, so I like to support them, and it's really easy to support them at this sale because I always find some really cool stuff, and they take in donations throughout the year, and then they open up this giant warehouse twice a year and have the sale, and it's always amazing. People come in from out of state to go to this sale. It's that big of a sale. So I tend to go later on in the afternoon when things have sort of cleared out a bit. If you get there right in the morning, it's kind of a mad rush, and it can get quite hectic, and I just don't want to get into that kind of thing anymore. So let's go ahead and get into what I got. First thing I got here, some classical. I always tend to pick up a few pieces of classical while I'm there. And this is some organ music. I don't know how to pronounce that at all. Nice little 2 LP box set here with a booklet. Yeah, I love pipe organs, so always cool to hear some of that. So pick that up. I think it was 50 cents. Staying in the classical vein here quickly, always try to pick up a few Deutsche Grammophon releases while I'm there, because they're always cheap. This one was 25 cents. Nutcracker Suite, Berlin Harmonic Nutcracker Suite. Look at this. There's the Tulip label. This is one of the older pressings of this. But yeah, the Nutcracker Suite. Holidays coming up. That's a traditional. Thought I would get that. This next one. Sometimes you find some newer stuff there. This is a reissue of a 70s, sort of a obscure 70s group called the Harvey Avern Barrio Band. From what I have read so far, I have not listened to this yet. This is some Latin rock kind of stuff, Santana-esque. But this is a reissue done in recent years of the album. It was one of those rare things that somebody found and decided to reissue. So yeah, that was a nice find. That was $1.50 for that one. Copy of Blues Magoo's Electric Comic Book. I know this one has been gone over in the past on several channels here on YouTube. Wanted to hear it. This was $2, so I thought I would give it a shot. And this is some pop psych kind of stuff, I think. So that was a cool find. All right, this next one's pretty cool. Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 3. You see Volume 1 and 2 a lot. You don't see Volume 3 on vinyl very much. So definitely wanted to grab that. That was $1.25. Always stay on the lookout for Folkways records. This is Chet Parker Plays the Hammered Dulcimer. Folkways 2381. Still in shrink. 1966 was released. This one was $2.50. They price these Folkways ones up sometimes. They can be pretty collectible. So that was a nice find though. Always, like I said, I'm always on the lookout for it. Really nice find. Here is a very, very late album from a well-loved artist that I'm familiar with, Harry Belafonte, 89. Very late stuff here from him. He's doing some stuff he's done in the past, but you know, new takes on it, I guess you could say. Couldn't pass this one up. $1.25. Thought I would grab that. I love Harry Belafonte, and always pick his stuff up when I see it, when it's something I don't already have. As I said, the Christmas season is upon us here. Never really owned this before, but I thought, what the heck? It was 75 cents or $1. Mannheim Steamrollers Christmas. Very traditional one. Definitely of my parents' generation. This was definitely very popular among their generations for Christmas. Another National Geographic one. I may already have this one. As I've said recently, my inbox is pretty out of control at this point. It's well over 2,000 records, and I really don't know what I have anymore because a lot of it's boxed up in the garage. But this is the Music of Scotland National Geographic. Definitely want to collect all these, so I just grab them when I see them cheap. This was $1, I think, is what I paid for this. So not a big deal if I did already have it. Next up, soundtrack to Breakin'. We're all over the place here, guys. Got some hip hop here and boogaloo kind of disco-y kind of stuff. Didn't want to leave that behind. That was a quarter, so what the heck, a quarter? Can't leave that behind. Got some Johnny Cash here, Mean as Hell. Really nice. Don't often see Johnny Cash in this nice a condition, so I thought I would definitely want to have this. $2 I paid for this one. This might be on a 6i, 2i mono. Okay, here's another one. I've sort of been talking a lot about the band Caldera here in recent months on the channel. Sort of something I picked up at the library sale years ago and just got around to listening to recently. Fell in love with the band, picked up some of their other stuff on Discogs, and this is another one I have wanted, and I'm glad I found it there at the library sale. And this is Time and Chance. Yeah, Time and Chance by Caldera. Another Latin rock kind of group along the lines of Santana. Very, very good music, and really dug it, and definitely wanted to have this one in the collection. I found a really nice copy, still in shrink. Awesome cover on this one. I love the cover on that. So that was a cool find. This just has an iconic cover art. I couldn't leave this behind. Arthur Lyman, Percussion Spectacular. Iconic cover, still in beautiful condition. $3, so it wasn't cheap, but well, I mean, yeah, $3 is cheap, but for this sale, when they're usually $1 or less, and you see something for $3, you know it's something good. But yeah, I just wanted this for the cover mostly, but should be a fun listen as well. Another Johnny Cash here, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That one's still in shrink, from the Navy Exchange. That was $2 again. That's another 2i. And yeah, as I mentioned, sometimes you can find some new stuff. This one is from 2016. Yeah, 2016. Esperanza Spalding with Emily's De-Evolution. Haven't really listened to Esperanza Spalding. Don't really know her that well. I know the name. I've heard the name before. I may have heard some of her music before on the radio or whatnot, but this is going to be sort of my introduction to it. Paid $4 for this one. So, yeah, cool. Something that's only 2 years old. That's pretty awesome. Here's another really cool find. I know a lot of people in the VC love this. I know Jim and the Missus really love this one. I believe Zach loves this one as well. Delta Swamp Rock, More Sounds from the South, 1968 to 75, at the crossroads of rock, country, and soul. So you get those sort of rock, country, and soul kind of groups. You got Captain Beyond, Bobby Gentry, Marshall Tucker Band, Greg Allman, Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, Joe South, Leonard Skinner, Earl Scruggs, sort of in that country rock vein, and showed that Time Life, or not Time Life, that that country rock collection last month. This is another one, and yeah, it's still sealed too. Nobody even ever opened that, so that was a cool find for $5. Picked up this album by Brick titled Good High. This one has Daz on it. Wanted to hear the whole album, so picked that up for 50 cents, I believe, 50 or 75 cents. And Emotion, some of my 80s sort of new wave synth pop kind of stuff. This one has their hit song Obsession on it. $2.50. They priced that one up. I don't know. Maybe this one is a valuable one. But knew I wanted to have it. More in the bachelor pad kind of vein here. This is on Command Records, Cinematic Sound, or Cinemagic Sounds on the Command record label. This is on the Command ABC record label. Also got some, you know, loungy covers of movie themes on here, so should be a fun listen and cool cover. Didn't want to leave that behind. Another Deutsche Grammophon here. One got Vivaldi's concertos with organ, so yeah, hits on multiple themes here. I like Vivaldi, and this has got organ in it as well. Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. Living stereo pressing of Tchaikovsky's Van Cliburn's Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 1 or Concerto No. 1. Concerto No. 1. So I do have a mono copy of this, but wanted to hear the living stereo version. There's a lot of the living stereos people tend to really like, so thought I'd grab this, and something I'm familiar with, and it was only 25 cents, so I thought that was a good deal. Another Deutsche Grammophon here. We have Schumann, Dichterleib, and Letterkreis, Opus 23. Really difficult to pronounce some of these, but yeah, another Deutsche Grammophon release, 25 cents. Always tend to pick a few of those up. Next up, Aftermath, Rolling Stones. Not a super great copy, but it is a mono pressing of it. This has Paint It Black on it, which is probably my favorite Stones track, and wanted to have a copy of this album, so grabbed that. I think this was $1. And last but not least, I think I saw somebody else show this one recently. I think maybe Trish got it. This is God Rest Ye Merry Jazzmen. So jazz Christmas music. You got Dexter Gordon Quintet, McCoy Tyner, Arthur Blythe, the Heath Brothers, and Wynton Marsalis. Some really nice jazz Christmas music. Should be pretty good. That was $2.50 I paid for that. Okay, and one more thing. I did pick up a few books while I was there at the library sale. Most of those were photography-related books. I won't share them here in the vinyl video, but I did pick up this book. I've been wanting this one for a long time. 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. I have the other version of this book. It's not the same book. It's a different book, but it's got the same title. I think it's got the gold cover on it. But this one is in full color, and it has album artwork and stuff. And I always wanted this one. So yeah, this is a really cool book. Glad to have found this. I always wanted to have this book, and it was really cool to find this there at the book sale. Been on my Amazon wish list for a while. It sort of comes and goes for sale on Amazon, but very cool, and I'm glad I found this. So that was my book related, music related pickup from the library sale. So yeah, those were the things I picked up in October. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you want to see the folk haul, and I will do a separate video for those, just sort of a flip video probably, just to quickly show you what I found, because there's some really cool stuff in there. Don't forget to submit your questions for the Ask Me Anything video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, great night. See you again real soon. Cheers.